Yeah, I think just the way we come back after having a long day yesterday, being able to add plays in and how we respond to that, I think we did pretty good. We went up and down against each other, against the guys, and the energy was there. We had great passes, great team effort, so it was a great day.
Can you tell from the newcomers kind of who's physically up for this, from a conditioning and a pace standpoint?
Yeah, I think everyone, honestly. I think, when you come into training camp, you know that you want to be at your best. And so everyone, especially people that came from overseas, even the rookies that came in, them just getting straight from college. I mean, I think it helps a lot because they're just able to continue that stamina, that pace. And so everyone looks really good.
Can you talk about Candace Parker's retirement? I saw you tweet, and I know how much she means to you.
Yeah, I mean, I got out of training camp, and I was like, wait, what happened? I was like, what happened? But I mean, Candace Parker has always been someone that I consider a role model. I think she's the reason that I've just loved basketball so much because at her size, being able to do what she does, handle the ball the way she does, shoot the ball the way she does, like someone that's tall growing up, wanting to continue in the sport, I mean, she was just a major piece to me.
A year ago, I know having no real off season was kind of a challenge for you to go right from college into camp. Have you given Caitlin and the other rookies any advice on how to kind of manage that? Because on one hand, conditioning's great. On the other hand, the body needs the rest.
Yeah, we've talked to them, especially at the beginning, just about how your body is going to tell you, and honestly, just embrace that and know that at some point you're going to feel it. Some people feel it earlier, some people feel it later on. I told them, for me, I felt it really after All-Star, and that's when I felt like I kind of went through my little slump. And so honestly, just be ready. But at the same time, we have your back. We know what you're capable of. And if your body's telling you, hey, this is not my day, then you take it easy.
What are the biggest differences you've noticed year 1 to year 2 so far, just both on and off the court?
Yeah, for me, I think it's just my ability to just step into that leadership role, that being a better communicator on and off the court. And off the court, I don't know yet. I'm still I need to start wandering Indianapolis. So if you guys have spots, I have to start. I can't. I come back from practice, I'm in my bed, I'm like, dang, where'd the time go? So I have to start wandering. I'm going to get my toes done tomorrow, but I need more.
What's different about Liz to you this season and how that front court partnership will mesh around Caitlin?
Yeah, I told Liz before we even got to training camp that, our goal is to be that best post duo. I mean, I heard Camilla talking about her and Angel rebounding. I sent to Liz, I said, girl, listen, they are coming. And so I think just being able to see just her ability to continue to shoot the ball, make plays, attack from the perimeter, have that pull-up jumper, and also be able to get down low and bang. I think sometimes, with Liz playing at the 4, they're smaller 4s. And so she's able to post them up, really get to score. And so I'm really excited about what we can do. And with Caitlin, too, just adding her in, I think you guys can see it when you guys come in and watch practice, Caitlin's ability to pass that ball, Caitlin's ability to get it into the post at the right angle. And so it's going to be really good for us we know that, hey, we run, Caitlin's going to find us, and we got to make the right play.
Is the versatility of this lineup just as important as the depth? Because you've got some 4-5s, some 2-3s, and you got a lot of girls that can go out there and play a lot of different spots on the floor.
Yes, and that's definitely going to help us just because you want to be able to put people in different positions because there's going to be a mismatch, whether that's in the post, whether that's in the guard, defensively, offensively. And so just being able to have so many people that are great at their positions and able to do multiple things at different positions only going to help us, especially moving forward in the season.
You spent some time in the offseason doing this and analyzing the game with a different visual. Do you see it now when you're in it a little different than you maybe did before spending some time in a TV setting?
I feel like it just gets clearer. I feel like before, that's why I got into being an analyst, because of how I saw the game. And so being able to be on both sides, I understand, I know what all you guys are thinking right now, actually. And so it's just, I think I just continue to have just more patience. I feel like understanding okay, this is happening, I need to communicate this way.
Do you feel the excitement in the city surrounding the sports scene right now?
Oh, absolutely. Really cool. Absolutely. It's super exciting. And I think it's just we're really going to feel it once the games start, because you hear about the ticket sales, you hear about the numbers going up, and that's special. You hear about when we're on the road and just people moving to different arenas. There's just so much energy around the Fever, around the WNBA right now. And I think that's just special because that's what we need for the game.
Did it become hard to be objective analyst when South Carolina was?
Oh my gosh, I thought they were going to fire me. I thought they were going to fire me. They're going to, Aliyah, thank you for your time. You cannot come back. But I think for the most part, I did good. It was just when they won, I was like, get me off air. This is not my job anymore.
What stands out to you about year 3 camp for you and how it's different than last year with Christy and things?
I would say the energy. The energy in here is just huge. Everybody's pulling for each other. You could tell we have one big goal, and that's to make it to the playoffs and even further. So you could tell we're all pulling for each other, and it's just genuine love here.
Erica,
Erica was just talking about how last year maybe there wasn't a culture, you're trying to reestablish everything. So for you, what do you want to see that culture to be about with you guys this season?
Oh, like I said, just genuine love. Like everybody pulling for each other, we before me. And, we all just have that same goal.
You mentioned playoffs. To see the environment the other night and think to yourself, that's going to be what you guys get this summer.
Yep.
How exciting is that for you as a player?
Man, it's super exciting. It's like playing for a national championship every single game. So, Indiana is one of the biggest states of basketball. So just bringing that here consistently is going to be huge for us.
You tweeted about it yesterday, but Candace retiring, what did that mean to you? You guys
Man. That was huge. That was one of my role models. The reason I started playing basketball, the reason I was number 3, when I was young. So just playing against her and, her giving me tips on the floor, that was big for me. And, congrats on a huge career for her.
What have you thought of Caitlin so far, playing with her for a few practices?
Man, she's insane. Like, you could just tell, there's no hype behind what everybody be saying. Like, that girl could really play. She could shoot. She could pass the hell out the ball. So, I got to get in shape to keep running so I can get my little layups. But, nah, she's nice.
Do you feel the excitement here in Indiana just with, drafting Caitlin and
Yeah.
the Pacers, Colts, Young Stars, everything just feels like sports here is trending in that way. Do you feel that as a player?
No, yeah, absolutely. Like, it's fun being here. It's fun just walking around, seeing posters of us again and, just the men doing what they do and then we're going to do what we do. And it's a fun environment to be in.
As a post player, how much does somebody like Caitlin open things up for you on the floor?
Man, I think for everybody, it's going to open up things for everybody because you got her, AB's open. You got AB, I'm open. You got me, Kelsey Mitchell's open, and so forth. We have so many scorers that it's you can't focus on one person because everybody can score. Everybody's great on this team.
Liz, what are you seeing from Aliyah Boston as she makes that year 1 to year 2 jump, the jump that you just made last year?
Yep, confidence. AB's playing with so much confidence. You could tell she's been in the gym, working on her body, working on her post moves, just being patient. Just the AB you seen in college on steroids.
Only day 2 of practice, but there's a ton of energy from this group. Kind of what's.
Oh yeah, not really. Not really. Just kidding.
We'll edit around that. Zap that from the transcript.
All right.
Day 2 though, a ton of energy still from this group. Just what's the intensity been like? Y'all come out the gate at kind of a level 10 right now, trying to find it pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, like I said, the energy is high. We're competing every single day. Everybody is just coming out here and playing their hardest. Christy is leading us. We're putting things in fast because we got a big game on Friday. So everything's just coming fast. So it's all about just being attentive and just playing hard.
This is a very short turn to get ready for a game.
Yep.
That quickly. How's the learning happening? Because there's a mental part of this that we don't see from the physical part of it.
I mean, just talking to your teammates, getting in with coaches, watching film, breaking stuff down, taking time individually to work on, basketball and just the mental aspect. Because when it comes, it's going to come fast.
Your first camp at the factory, 7 rookies there to now here. I mean, how much change have you felt in your time in the pros in just 2 years?
A big change. We used to play in a barn. We used to play in a barn with 6 fans. Now we're going to be playing in sold-out arenas, and people are moving arenas to watch us play. It's just going to be huge for us this year.
You don't miss the barn?
I don't miss the barn.
Anybody else? Carly?
Uh-oh.
We got one more there.
What growth do you see from yourself coming out of year 2 into year 3?
I'm just in way better shape. I'm a lot more prepared this year than I was last year. And, I'm just staying healthy, working on the mental aspect of my game. And, I'm just excited to play with such great players for my 3rd year and just happy about the success that's about to come to the Fever.
I mean, we expected. I think the moment Clark announced that she was coming out, I think it started from there. So we expected and we ready for it.
Day 2 from day 1, what was was there a bit of a jump here as you get past kind of the newness of it all from Sunday to Monday?
I think the newcomers are still adjusting. I think today was more so a mental day because yesterday we had 2 practices, which was hard. And today I think everybody pushed through because those 2 days is real tough. Then you got to get up in the morning and go right back at it. You don't really have much time for recovery. So I think they did a great job with just coming with energy and just retaining the information that we got yesterday to today. So this practice was good.
You can talk to rookies a lot about a lot of things. What can you tell them about that two-a-days though, just to get them mentally ready for the physical part of it?
When you're tired, just keep pushing. And also lean on your vets. If something is wrong or if you're feeling a little pain, just ask them to kind of stay on you and push you. Nobody has asked that yet, so they doing a pretty good job pushing through. So it was a good practice today for everybody. The rookies is definitely adjusting well.
Yesterday, Caitlin mentioned learning from you, and I saw you guys kind of chatting it up when you guys had the appearance at the Pacer game on Friday, too. I'm curious how you've taken her under your wing a little bit to kind of show her the ropes of being a pro up to this point.
I put it as like, when you go to a different school, the first day of school, you don't know anybody, and you find that one person that says hi to you that become your best friend. For me, I just wanted to get ahead of it because I know this transition is tough. Just being undrafted and being a rookie, it's very unlikely that a vet, just take you in when you got the same position. And I think oftentimes people forget that I'm a great person before a basketball player. So for me as a big sister, I'm just like, I'm gonna take this first step first to just let her know, like, we here, we got you, whatever you need from me as your vet, and even you're in the same position, I got you. And she's just been doing a great job with just accepting it and receiving it from me. Because as you know, she's one of the biggest players in the world right now, and she don't act like that. She's just like, help me, in any way you can. It's definitely in a sweet way. It's no ego at all. She's not selfish. You can tell she want to be here and she wants everybody around. So just welcoming to me because she's a high caliber player, but her actions is not selfish at all. She wants to learn. She wants to be a family, and I'm like a big sister to her.
How are you able to do that, considering not putting ego aside, realize it's about the team? Did someone maybe do that to you in the past?
That's how I was raised. I don't have no hate in my heart. I want everybody around me to win. Whether you are winning or not, I still want to push you to be great. So for me, I just thought, like, if I get ahead of it, just make her comfortable right away when she get here. It's just an easy, smooth transition. And for me, I actually love it because I like being a big sister. I like helping first. I don't really like getting help, so it's refreshing for me to be able to help her and be her big sister.
Christy said the bar was higher at the start of camp versus last year. You feel that on these first 2
Oh, yeah,
days?
absolutely. I felt it in our team meeting before we even got on the court. I think the expectations that the coaches have for us and for this organization is high. And we are just, taking Christy's lead and just trying to follow whatever direction she gives us. We're just trying to do it to the best of our ability.
You mentioned the excitement that Caitlin brings.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that as a player, that excitement just with the city right now, Pacers, you hyped up the crowd at the game the other day, and just all the young stars and the direction it's trending here?
So yesterday I was on Twitter and someone said that Indiana is the new Hollywood. So I thought it was pretty cool that people feel like Indiana, because when you think about Indiana, you think it's boring, it's nothing to do. But now everybody wants to be in Indiana. You got the Pacers who just won the game. We're going to go to Milwaukee and possibly get to the second round. So I think we are Hollywood right now. Everybody wants to be here. All eyes on both teams. So the organization is just moving up. And it's a great feeling for me to be here 3 years ago and then come back to, be able to have all these eyes on us. I think we deserve it. We've worked hard to get to this point. Obviously, Caitlin Clark does play a big part of it. And she knows it, and she's embracing it in the best way possible. So Indiana definitely deserved the light that we get in, for sure.
When you were at that Pacer game, did you take a moment to look around and be like, hey, this environment could be what we have with all these sellout games upcoming?
Yo, that's the first thing I said. I was like, yo, see, this about to be us. She was just like, oh, my God. I'm like, what you saying that for? You play in crowds like this all the time. So she was just like, no, I'm ready. And for me, I'm excited. I haven't played in front of a crowd like this since I was in college when we played against UConn. And that was when Miami was playing against Rutgers and UConn game. That was probably the biggest game as far as like a crowd for me. So to be able to go out here every night in the summer to have a sold-out crowd is going to be super special.
Eric, what stands out about Christy now that she's had a year under her belt? Now she's running camp a little bit more.
We having more fun. I think last year the team really didn't have culture. We didn't have real leadership, and it's one of the reasons why I'm here. And all that bad juju is out, and now everything is just about fun. And now we have pieces and players that, that want to be here. And that's just bringing good culture, because I think ultimately, yes, we're a good team, but we have great people. And it's also making my job as a leader super easy because I don't have to tell people things 2 or 3 times. The moment I say it, it happens. They do what they need to do.
You mentioned, obviously, you and Caitlin play the same position. Just how have you seen your role evolve on the courts in these first few days?
Actually, yesterday I told her, I was like, yo, you make me want to be better. Like, we was in a drill, and she just hitting shots, and she hitting shots. I'm like, y'all gotta make shots. She's making all these shots. So for me, I told her she has this energy about herself that just makes me want to be better, makes me want to be a better leader for her and the team. And then also just be able to just keep up with what she's doing because she's doing some awesome stuff.
How did it hit you when you heard that Candace retired yesterday?
Honestly, I was like, dang, you ain't gonna just give us a farewell tour? I would love for that. Like just to just get a hug on her. I think the basketball culture would want that, but what she's done for the game is tremendous. She's also an Adidas athlete, so I've spent some time with her. She's tremendous. You know, she's changed the game for us, you know, on and off the court, just being able to be on TV and always present, you know, just showing up for the women's sports. And then as the basketball stuff, it's a whole resume of things that she's done just to kind of change the game. And I'm sure she's still going to change the game with just being on TV and just still being around basketball.
I think it's exciting. Second session of yesterday was a little lighter, so I think the biggest thing, especially now as a pro, is like taking care of your body. Quick turnaround, so being able to do that and cold tub, hot tub, whatever it is, I think those are the most important things. But there's a lot to fit in a little amount of time, like I said yesterday. So there's no time for breaks, no time to take one single play off, and putting a lot in. So you got to learn at a quick speed.
You seem to have embraced the intensive nature of the learning, though, out of this.
Yeah.
Has your basketball brain kind of always worked like that on a fast track?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think I like learning at a quick pace. Like, I think as a point guard, and obviously that's what I played a lot in college, and then coming here is like, you got to be able to know things and move fast. And I think I'm a very fast learner, and that's something I'm grateful for. Once we put it in once or twice, I usually have it down. And, there's a lot of people that I can rely on to help me too. And I think our coaches have done a great job. I think EW has done a really good job of helping me too when I've had questions, and really everybody, across the board, all 15, 13 people, whoever we have in the gym, nobody really needed to go over things again today. Everybody really, did their homework and was prepared coming in today too.
Caitlin, at what age did you realize you kind of had that gift of not only the vision, but also being a quick study so that you can quickly absorb things?
Yeah, I think it's something that's kind of developed over the course of, my basketball career. I've always been somebody that's loved watching basketball, and I think the more you watch the game and study the game, whether it's been men's basketball, whether it's been women's basketball at the pro or college level, or even growing up, I loved going to high school games in the city that I was from. So I think I just loved being around the game. I loved watching it, and I think that's the best way to learn is watching players, watching other people play. I always loved film throughout high school. I would always go in and watch film. Those are just the best ways to learn, and I think that's kind of helped my basketball IQ kind of grow and advance. Sometimes, you're kind of born with it and you have a little knack for basketball, but at the same time, I just love the game. I love being around it. I love watching it, and I think that's helped me, learn more than anything.
The coach point guard synergies can be so important for a team. What struck you about Christy, her energy and her style so far?
Yeah, I love Christy's energy. It just, affects every single person around her. More than anything, she wants to win, and she wants us to be really great. She wants us to be, great people. That's going to help us, have a really great culture. And, yeah, I think, her positive attitude about everything she does, I think she just instills values in us that are, obviously going to make us really successful on the basketball court, but also make us really successful people in life. And that's something that I'm really grateful for.
You ever had a coach that mobile?
Oh gosh, she gets down there she's down in a stance. I'm like, geez, you want to play defense for me right now? No, she's ready to go.
Erica sort of talked about being a big sister to you and giving you advice. How has that been?
Yeah, she's awesome. I think she's somebody that she simply just wants the best for people no matter what. And people can say that, but she really lives it every single day, and you can tell that. And she's going to push me. She's going to, hold me accountable. She's going to find ways to help me learn. But at the same time, she's going to have my back every single day. And, that's something I'm very grateful for coming into this league. Having a vet that really wants the best for you is special, and something that I won't take for granted. And, I couldn't think of coming into a better situation, and having somebody like her to learn from is, I'm just, really thankful more than anything.
Is there one piece of advice that she's given you so far that stood out?
I think more than anything, she just encourages me to be myself. Don't come in here and, not be me. That's the reason the Fever took me to number one is they saw, everything that I can do. So continue to do that. But also she knows, give yourself some grace. I think those two things are the two biggest things that she's told me and will help me with as we move forward here too.
You were at the Pacers game the other day, and the ovation Fever got, you got, revving the engine and everything. Do you feel excitement as a player just coming here to this city? It just feels like there's a lot of excitement around the sports scene.
For sure. I think, totally. I think, the state loves basketball. Obviously, they love the Pacers, and the Pacers getting back to hosting the playoffs for the first time in, 5 years, I think is absolutely incredible. And then just the energy surrounding our team in the summer. I was at 36 of our 40 games on national television. That's pretty incredible. And, there is, kind of a target on our back, but at the same time, that's something you embrace and you love. You wouldn't want it any other way. And, but yeah, I think you can definitely feel the buzz and the excitement from, the fans, the city, people just walking around, town, like the way jerseys have sold, the way tickets have sold, but even, all cities across, the country, all the 12 WNBA cities, whether, we're playing there or their teams are playing there, you can just tell the excitement of the league is at an all-time high. And I think that's really good. And obviously expansion's coming that will definitely help too. And we're just lucky to be a part of it and continue to help grow it.
Compared Indiana to Hollywood when we talked about the excitement has kind of followed you for a little while. I'm curious.
All right. I like that.
And Indiana in particular.
I'll agree with you, Dub, there, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I think, more than anything, the excitement part of it, like people are excited about coming to our games and watching. Like even I expect, when we play our second preseason game at home, like I'm sure there's going to be a great crowd, and that's a game that really doesn't count, but I think that'll just show the excitement regarding our team. And you saw that during the draft party too. Like there's like more than 7,000 people here or whatever the number was, like just to watch on a screen. They could have watched at home, but like they want to celebrate and enjoy these moments because they're really special and they're really special for this league and this organization. So I think it just shows like, where things are going to go. Like this is only the beginning. We haven't even played a game yet. And our schedule is really hard. But every single team in this league is really good. And that's what makes it so fun. And I think there's going to be a lot of new fans coming to the WNBA. There's already a lot of fans here. And just continuing to grow that and attract that and keep those fans will be super important.
Couple of days in practice. What's your take on this roster when you look at it from above? You have a lot of great players.
Yeah, a lot of really good talent. I think more than anything, everybody just plays so hard. Like nobody takes a possession off. And that's even like what Coach Christie said after practice today is like everything seems to be like a whole level up from last year already. And obviously I don't know that I wasn't here last year, but I can feel it just by the way everybody competes every single possession. And for me, like we got to play a lot live today. That's like the best part of basketball. So I had a lot of fun doing that. But I think everybody's just, raising the bar. They know we're going to have to be really good in a lot of areas. And, it's only day 2 and you can feel the excitement and the energy from everybody, but it's going to be able to withstand that. It's easy to be excited on day 1 and day 2, but being able to, be excited the entire year when things get hard or things get tough or you lose a game or two, I think that's going to be the real challenge.
I know it's only day 2 and we're talking about practice, but how are you finding the level of play compared to Iowa?
Yeah, I think it's obviously a level above, what the college game was. I think the biggest thing is like my IQ and being able to pass the ball. That's always something I can be able to do. At times, it's not as easy to get shots off, maybe as easy as it was in college, but I'm still, able to get some shots. There's a lot more screening action than there was in college. The shot clock's a little lower or shorter than it was in college, but that's really probably was never a problem for me in college and our team because of how fast we played. But, I think the talent across the board, there's not somebody you'd go on the court and you're like, oh, like I can sag off of them. That's not the case in the WNBA. It's the most competitive league in the world. There's less than 144 spots. So, you can't take a play off. You can't rest on a player. But I think, continuing to be myself, there's obviously going to be learning curves. I'm 22 years old and never played a game in this league, but I have so much of talent around me, like the passing part of it. Like I can always get my teammates open and set them up for success. And I think I've been able to find that through the first 2 days of, that's always something I can rely on.
Have you been keeping teammates off guard a little bit as they learn, crap, I really have to pay attention if the ball's in your hands?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. There's been a couple passes I've thrown where they're not even looking, but they'll like look at the last second. And I think that's just like a point guard thing. Like the best way to learn is just try it. And if you make a mistake, you continue to go back to it. And that was the same case in college is, you'll find that chemistry as you continue to play with each other more. Obviously, you don't have much time in the pros to like learn and, have as much practice with one another. But, the skill level and talent, you don't need as much time because everybody's really good. So, and AB has really great hands. Liz has really great hands. Like both those two, our 4 and 5 player, like they're really solid, really athletic. So I don't really, they're ready to go. They want to score. They're looking for the ball.
With limited spots in the W, versatility is something that gets talked about a lot as opposed to the college game. Have you noticed the versatility as, lineups change in practice and you get different looks with different teammates?
For sure, yeah. I think that's, whether you're playing a little small or whether you're playing bigger. And I think also, like, every team, like maybe they have a 4 that rolls to the basket more, maybe they have a 4 that pops to the basket more. Like it's going to vary on scouting report to scouting report. But yeah, I think there's a lot of different lineups you can look to and go to. And in college, it wasn't really always like that. You kind of knew what teams were going to do. You knew what we were going to do. So I think that's going to be another mental aspect of like you got to prepare a little more for things like that. And but that's what makes the game so fun. That's what makes people want to watch. People are able to do a lot of things, whether they're post players shooting threes, whether it's, guards driving to the basket, having that versatility is going to help our team go a long way.